head coach Eric Musselman. Coach, opening statement on the game tonight.
I just give UConn, I think our whole team, I'm speaking for all the players and the coaches, give UConn a ton of credit. Thought from the opening tip, they came out with a great sense of urgency. They cut hard. They crashed the offensive boards, especially early in the game. They did a great job rebounding the ball for the entire 40 minutes. And uncharacteristically, we did not defend at the level that we have for most of the year.
We take a few questions for the student athletes. Bob down front.
Hey guys, Bob Holt, Arkansas Democrat. Is that maybe for Devo and Anthony? They hit 9 3-pointers, which isn't a ton, but I think they hit all 9 of those in the first 29 minutes. They always seem to hit them at key points. What do you think of their 3-point shooting? And how tough is it to defend that with their interior game too?
No, I think the threes came in bunches, so we just didn't do a good job of like stopping the bleeding, and they just got momentum and started feeling good and making shots.
When we went over how they make their threes, we guarded it the right way in practice. We just didn't do it the correct way every time in games. So that's what happened when we didn't execute on the defensive end, even though we tried.
Go ahead, Bob. Bring the microphone here. Thank you.
Kamani, how you're obviously a great rebounder. But I think they were plus 12 now. How tough are they on the boards?
They're pretty tough. I mean, they're a big team, physical team. Their guards, all 5 of them crash to the board, so they're a pretty tough team to rebound with. But I think we just kind of beat ourselves today on the glass, and just effort and defense overall. We're a much way better team than what we played today. And I mean, credits off to UConn. They're a hell of a team, but I think, this kind of on us.
Questions for coach or players, either one now. One more from Bob here.
This is really for all 3 guys.
I know it's repetitive, but announce yourself so for the recording, please.
Okay. Bob Holt, Arkansas Democrat Gazette. I know this one is pretty raw and disappointing, but really to get to the Sweet 16 with the ups and downs and the injuries, it maybe how would you put this season in perspective? Because to get to Sweet 16 is pretty impressive. I thought just maybe Anthony, Kamani, and then Devo if you could all address that.
I think we did a good job of fighting through adversity this year. We got some players back, lost some players. There was injuries and stuff like that. And then, we had losing streaks, winning streaks. It was real up and down, but for the most part, at the end of the season, we were playing decent ball. So we fought through a lot this year, and it didn't end how we wanted to, but we fought. That's all I can say. We fought.
All right, we're going to take a Zoom call here from Dan Tortora. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh yeah, yes, please go ahead.
I mean, you never want to go out. You never want to go out like that. You know what I mean? That's not what we do here. But I mean, looking back on it, I'm just proud of, my young guys and how they fought. And, we went through a roller coaster this year, a tough season for us. And I'm just proud about how they fought. It's misery right now because we lost. But when you look back on it in this group, I mean, we made a Sweet 16, and we're doing something special here at Arkansas, and we're kind of building on that. So, I mean, I'm just proud of this group. I mean, it hurts right now, but I'm really proud of this group.
Yeah, we had ups and downs, but we had an ultimate goal, and we weren't able to reach it. And like Kamani said, we just proud for the guys that came in, didn't know what was coming ahead of them, and we all came together and made it this far. And I'm proud of the guys for sure for continuing to push through the tough season that we did have.
We're going to take a couple on Zoom. Dan Tortora.
Dan Tortora, wakeupcalldt.com. Coach, as you look down the line at these student athletes that are sitting here with you right now, and you look in this locker room, I know it's tough to end this way, but you take down the reigning national champion, and there's a lot of great things that are being built upon at Arkansas. So what do you reflect upon in a positive way this season?
Well, I think, first of all, it's really hard to make the NCAA tournament. It's really difficult to be one of the teams that plays their way into the tournament. And then it's really difficult to win a game. Really proud of the way that we positioned ourselves non-conference. It started then by playing really well non-conference, and then obviously the way that we played the first two games in this tournament. We played phenomenal, and tonight we ran into a team that passed the ball really well and shared it. But there's a lot of great things going on at Arkansas, and proud of these three guys as well as everybody in our locker room. Because again, there's not a lot of teams that have been to 3 straight Sweet 16s in the entire country, and we are one of them. So really proud of that. The culture is strong, and as a staff, we'll start working towards next year tonight as soon as we get back to the hotel.
Go to Christopher Hydell on Herb FM.
Hey, this is Chris Heidel from Herb FM and Radio in Baltimore, Maryland. Sorry for the loss tonight. This question is for Anthony. You being a freshman, do you feel like you learned a lot during the season, and hope you could try to carry this over to next year?
What you tell me, ask it one more time?
Can you repeat that question, please?
Yeah, the question is to Anthony. You're a freshman coming in this year. Yeah, you made it over to Sweet 16. What are you going to learn from this year to help you improve for next year and years down the road?
I think what I'm gonna learn from this is just how hard it is. Because we win 2 games and we're playing well, and then we came out this game, we played against a really good team, and they kind of jumped on us early. Definitely I'll tell anybody who's gonna go through this how hard it is, and just listen to people who've been there before. They know what they're talking about. But yeah, it was a good season for the most part, and I had fun this year.
Any other? Bob down front here.
Might just make us a two-part for Eric, if that's okay. Bob Holt, Arkansas Democrat Gazette. Eric, you talked the other day about how hard it was to guard their interior and their 3, and I know they didn't hit like a crazy amount of threes, but I think they hit all 9 threes in the first 29 minutes, and always seemed to hit them when they needed them. What'd you think of their 3-point shooting, and just how hard is it to defend? And then y'all, I think that was your lowest shooting percentage of the season you all had. What did they do to you defensively?
Well, we didn't get any clean looks, obviously. The shooting percentage, you can go down the line, 1 of 10, 1 of 5, 1 of 4, 0 for 2, 0 for 3. We just, they're a really good defensive team. You have to tip your hat off to them, but not a good combination when you're not shooting the ball or converting from the field. And then the other team is shooting at a 60% clip and is making threes. We came into the game thinking that we had to hold them to 5 or less threes, and they made 9, like you said, in the first 28 minutes or whatever. And Hawkins is as good a shooter as we've played all year. He rises up over people. He moves without the ball really well. To me, the most impressive thing is that they had 22 assists. We tried to cause turnovers and rush the quarterback, but 22 assists is a lot of assists. I know we caused 17 turnovers, but they got inside game, 2 great centers. They have great perimeter shooting. Guys off the bench contributed for them, and so again, it's a really good team.
One more.
Let's get to Anthony and Devo. Like I said, this was the lowest shooting percentage of the season. How tough was that UConn defense, and what did they do that made them so effective?
I'm not sure. I got the shots that I usually make. They just wasn't going in, and I think with Anthony. Anthony was getting downhill. He did a pretty good job getting downhill. So I'm glad that he was able to get downhill and try to keep us in the game. But I think not just him, Ricky got to the line a few times as well. But I mean, I was trying to get to my spots, but they just wasn't going in. But Anthony for sure got to his spots and converted when needed.
They're a pretty long and athletic physical team. So you know, it's the tournament and you know, they're gonna let you play. So when you play against teams who are super athletic and strong and physical, it's always a little bit harder to score. But yeah, I guess they just had a pretty good game plan for us on defense. And you know, like Vo said, we took some looks that we usually take, and we'll take again if we get the chance. And just some of it didn't just fall tonight. But they're a great defensive team.
All right, we're gonna have one final question in the back here.
Coach, Terrence Oglesby, Field of 68. You guys have played physical teams all season long, whether it's Tennessee, Kentucky. Where does UConn rank? Not rank, but where do they compare to some of these uber physical teams that you've played with in league?
I mean, I thought they were physical. I didn't think they were any more physical than Tennessee. But their pieces really fit well together. I mean, you know, the two centers, as I've mentioned, along with perimeter shooting, and then, you know, Newton gives them length, and then Jackson's ability to pass from the small forward position. There's not a lot of small forwards in college basketball that can have 7 assists, and you know, he's a point forward. He's not really a standard small forward, and they cut really hard. So I think all those things, I mean, I thought their offense was, you know, just as effective as their defense, which is what their metrics tell you, is they're really good on both sides of the basketball.